There you are. Welcome to Zen Fits, here on whatever day it is, October the 10th. You know, when you're an old man like me, you lose track of days. I don't know. Especially when you're retired, you know, and you're no longer caught up in the work cycle, in the calendar, you know, what day. I don't care what day it is. But today is the day I'm talking to you. So that's it. Okay. So what do you do? The title of this talk is, what do you do when the world attacks? What do you do when worlds collide? A lot of movies about this, you know. What do you do? Who do you call when the world attacks? Call Ghostbusters. Remember that movie? It's a metaphor. I mean, the movie is about a fantasy story about these guys who are going to think, but it's a spiritual movie. It's a spiritual message. Who do you call when you're under it, when you're caught in the vice? The vice is when, and men particularly, I understand now, are caught in this vice where the world dismisses you and you get home and the wife dismisses you. They explode. They go for Trump. When you're caught in the vice, when you're at home, you're under attack, take out the trash, you're no good, why don't you get a job? What's wrong with you? And you go to work, you don't get to the tuna factory, Charlie. You don't get any rank. You know, you have no rank, buddy. Why don't you get some more money? What's yada 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 yada? Explode there where we are. That's America today, particularly with men. It's like it's becoming a crisis, you know. Why are all these young men going to Trump? What does Trump offer? Why go to MAGA? He's not going to give you anything for your well-being, you know. So what's going on here? Who do you call when the world attacks? You know, when no matter what you do, you're fucked. No matter, that's called a double bind. A double bind, and you should really understand this, because there are different names for it. But a double bind is a situation, either in the world or in your mind, where nothing you do is any good. Now we get caught in these, it's a whirlpool. It's called the Ouroboros. It's a mythological snake that is devouring itself. Wow, 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 wow. It's a whirlpool. Wow, wow. It's a mic in the amplifier. Wow, 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 wow. Turn it off, you see. So when you get caught in the Ouroboros and the double bind, in the Catch-22, that movie is about a double bind. So but all these movies, Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible is about a double bind. What does Tom Cruise do when his plan, when nothing he planned for works? What do you do when all of your planning, all of your second guessing time, trying to, I figured that, I put an alternative, I have a backup in my plan. What happens when all the backups fail? What happens when everything fails? And everything you do, all you can do then is repeat yourself. The Groundhog Day. All you can do in a double bind is repeat yourself or shoot yourself or somebody else. So a mass shooter is the way Americans get out of the double bind. It's an explosion where you destroy everything. That was Hitler in the bunker, telling his generals to destroy all the infrastructure. The German people don't deserve me. They failed. Destroy everything. You see. So this double bind is very important, that we get an understanding of it and we sense it and feel it, you see. Because it happens in every day. I get in them all the time. But the way I get out of them is through laughter. When I catch myself in a double bind, wow, 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 like I get a new package and I can't open it, and I try to open it, I can't find a way to open the damn thing. So I end up by ripping it apart. So marriage is a double bind like that. If you notice them, they're little whirlpools, a little rub that will grow until you're having a fight. And then, of course, with marriage, then we have a little rub and it grows till you have a fight, and then you have makeup sex. Or you just bury it and have a growing grievance until you get divorced. Or until you are attracted, you see, by another relationship that doesn't give you a double bind. So you are drawn to that irresistibly because you're free from the double bind there. And it's called play. So we want a playmate. We like to have a friend we can play with. See, if it's a girl, if it's an opposite sex, you usually have a love affair, which is play. Or if it's a same-sex friend, you might be Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. They're at play, you see. They play. Raindrops are dancing on my head. The movie is about play. It's also a metaphor. It's a buddy movie. We have a lot of buddy movies. Two male friends that play together. There's no double bind. They're free because there's no judgment, you see. So a double bind is a judgment vice. We're judged at work, you're judged at home, you're judged by the family, even judged by the kids. The judge is everywhere. The judge, where can I go that the judge is not, you see? We've got to find something, and it's either going to be creative or destructive. Those are the choices. There is no choice. When you're in a double bind, when you're caught in the vice where no matter what you do, you're wrong, no matter what you do, you're wrong, either at home or in the world, you have to find an escape. Because it's intolerable. If you don't find an intervention or an escape that is nonviolent, you're going to be violent. We see it in the news all the day. Some nice guy just suddenly explodes and shoots everybody. I thought he was a nice guy. He had a double bind, seething inside. Pressure cooker, I remember when we used to get pressure cookers. I remember when the first pressure cooker came out, in the 50s. And it was always, people didn't know how to use it, they'd explode because the pressure would build up. A double bind, so you have to find a way to release the pressure. So we do this, hobbies, I knit, I go to a movie, I go out and go hunting, I play golf. You see, so men find pressure releases, women find pressure releases, but you have to find a pressure release, and the pressure release is always going to be play. It can't be serious. If you go play golf seriously, you just have more pressure. And you see guys throwing the things in the water, whatever. So the release from the double bind, from the pressure of the wah-wah, has got to be play, and you have to find some way to play. Maybe you got a garage and you have a shop there. Or maybe you got a sewing room. It's a place where you can play. And you find friends that you can play with. Maybe you have a little, my wife plays in Friends of the Library. It's a bunch of ladies who get old books, collect old books to resell. It's play. It's play, you see, because play is not serious. And if it's serious, there's judgment. You can't separate seriousness and judgment. They're the same. So we look for the ways to be free from the double bind, and you have to see the double bind in your everyday life, because most of the time we don't see it. We just get mad and frustrated and cuss and curse and get resentment and have a grievance. Hey, she always does that. Go to our friend. It builds up, you see. That's what, we have a good friend. Why? It releases the pressure. They don't judge us. They don't judge us. So the release from a double bind is a place or a friend or a hobby or what you love to do for no reason. If you do something for a reason, then it's not play. Play has no reason. And play is spontaneous. If it's not spontaneous, it's not play. It's serious. You see. So play. The modern man has lost his ability to play. I play with ideas. When I come talk to you, I'm playing. I'm not trying to teach you anything. I'm not trying to convert you. I'm not trying to save you or instruct you or inform you or get you to join anything or buy anything. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with ideas, you see. Not many people can do that. I can't do that with my wife. She thinks I'm serious. I don't believe that. As soon as somebody says you're wrong or I don't believe that, it's no longer play. They're not playing. You see? So I play with ideas. My wife plays with crafts. I mean, she makes boxes, she does wood burning, and she's always playing with it, you see. But then she gets burnt. Oh, it didn't do right. She's pissed, the burner didn't do right or what, So she's always a little irritated because it didn't come out right. But then that's not play, is it? Play has no ending, play has no beginning, and play always comes out right. Life is play. My cat is hungry. The only time I have peace is with this fucking cat is when he just had something to eat and he's sleeping. Other than that, he's yelling for food. He wants to be fed. So anyway, I digress. You get the idea here. The double bind, the snake that eats itself, the Ouroboros, the double bind, where nothing you do is any good, and you feel anxiety and frustration and anger and irritation, and even those are the signs of the double bind. And then there's the opposite side of the double bind is depression, nothing matters, nothing is any good. I'll just accept that, you see. Just it's a depression. That's the other side. So you got anger and you got depression. But what is the middle way of Buddha? Everybody thinks the middle way of Buddha is between the double bind. It's not. The middle way of Buddha is not. All right, here's a good thing. Here's two brass frogs. My uncle got these in a craft. My uncle used to collect stuff, little jokes, in Tampa and yard sales and whatnot. Here's a little brass frog, and here's a little brass frog here. Oh, damn it. Okay. All right. So, one of my favorite haikus is by Basho. He was a Zen master. And there's an old pond. A frog jumps. Plop. Now, what is the plop? Well, an old pond, a frog jumps, plop. The plop is laughter. You jump out of the old pond through laughter. You watch Laurel and Hardy and fall on the floor laughing. We watch comedians and we laugh, Laughter is the way we break out of the double bind of seriousness, where nothing we do is any good. And we live in a world right now, in America, is in a double bind between the left and the right. The right is left, the left is right. Which one is right? Both are right, both are wrong. How do we get out? Well, the comedians offer a way out, but that's a temporary thing. You just laugh at the comedian, but then you go back into the double bind. So you got to go deeper, you see. You got to find the double bind in your everyday mind, in the little things, in the box you can't get open and have to ask your wife how to fix it. You see, when you ask somebody else to save me, I'm falling and I can't get up, will you help me? You see, that's a double bind. So our society creates double binds, so they'll sell you something to get out of it. Consumerism, what's that? You buy a product, it doesn't work, double bind. I just bought this thing and it doesn't work, double bind. What do I do now? Commercial comes, whoa, here's a new one. Buy this. Oh, I'll buy that. Then that doesn't work and you got a double bind. The double bind keeps getting kicked down the road like a can. But we don't see the cause of the double bind. It's not out there. It's not in the can. It's not in the society. It's not in the politics. It's in us. The double bind starts here. Where do hurricanes start? The hurricanes start right here. And then they switch into the external world, and now we got a hurricane in the world, and I can't fix it because I'm looking for the fix in the wrong place. It's not out there. It's in you. I have to see the double bind when it starts, like a little hurricane in the Atlantic. There's a little wind there. And the weathermen say, oh, look at that little twirl there. That might be a hurricane. And sure enough, wah, 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 destroys the East Coast. But it all started with a little bitty breeze that was going in a circle. A little double bind, a little whirlpool, you see. That starts in you, and then it grows out there. So I'll close with a Zen koan. A monk and a master were walking by a chicken pen or whatever. And the monk asked the master, Master, why do those roosters fight? And the master said, it's because of you. There you go. Thanks for dropping in.